The Game of the Year goes to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
2018 has been different for Nintendo. Where 2017 was a year of what seemed like an endless line of success and Game of the Year contenders and winners, this year brought us back to normality from Nintendo. Everyone knew that following up a knockout launch year that had brand new GOTY 3D Mario and Zelda titles and a regular stream of new and remastered first, second, and third-party titles was impossible to match. We will not sugarcoat the reality. From a first-party perspective, 2018 until November was an underwhelming shadow of where we were with the Switch 1 year ago following the launch of Super Mario Odyssey. What hurts the most is that issues haven't only surfaced regarding the type of first-party titles Nintendo has pushed this year, but also their paid services and games that slipped out and into 2019. You know, the core Pokemon RPG, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Yoshi's Crafted World that were all pushed to what seems to be one of Nintendo's strongest years ever. It sucks. But 2018 has been a year where third-party and indie developers have saved Nintendo from some serious droughts. Games that come to mind are Mega Man 11, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Celeste, The Messenger, and Dead Cells. So across this video, we will look deeper at Nintendo's output throughout this past year and see how the rest of the year from November until 2019 will be way better than mediocre.
The year started promising with a Nintendo Mini Direct in January that revealed Mario Tennis Aces and the remastered Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with the brand new Funky mode, and was then a week after supplied with the surprise Nintendo Labo announcement. February, just like January, had no new Nintendo games, unless you count the port of Bayonetta 1 and 2 as a Nintendo title. Then March happened, and oh my god, the March Nintendo Direct. This presentation probably destroyed anything we have seen in a long time. First by bringing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker to both Nintendo Switch and 3DS, then Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Splatoon Octo Expansion, and
Smash! 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 Smash!
Holy!
Smash!
What? Oh my god!
March also delivered an Indies Showcase and Kirby Star Allies, bringing mainline Kirby back to home consoles following its stay on the Nintendo 3DS. And as such, hopes were high for the first proper installment in HD. Kirby Star Allies delivered on this promise, but without any substantial improvements to the series, mostly because of its lack of difficulty and rather rehashed premise. Overall, a good multiplayer and to some extent single-player experience that we gave an 82 out of 100 in our review, but with still clear potential for improvement. April stood in the sign of Nintendo Labo, and introduced us all to the joy, or for some of us, frustration, of cardboard assembly. May was the month of solid ports. First we got the incredible Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with a well-received funky mode, as this Retro Studios classic is not for the faint of heart. Needless to say, this is a must-own for any platformer-loving Nintendo Switch owner. A well-deserved 93 out of 100 and seal of approval right there. May also offered another port of Hyrule Warriors. This time the definitive edition, with all the paid DLC and playable Breath of the Wild, Link and Zelda included, in a very nice and heavily technically improved base package. That is more than can be said about the playable roster of Breath of the Wild characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Speaking of, June has always stood in the sign of E3, and following a rather underwhelming first half of 2018, the expectations were high for a number of reveals for the second half of the year. Many hoped for Pokemon, but this dream of a 2018 core Pokemon mainline title was unfortunately cut short with the reveal of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee on May 30th in Japan. The dream would have to wait for 2019. The E3 2018 Nintendo Direct revealed Super Mario Party for the fall, and that was cool, right? No, it wasn't, as Yoshi was nowhere to be seen, and Fire Emblem Three Houses was finally revealed with massively improved gameplay, but unfortunately with a spring 2019 release window. Then you had the title reveal of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the announcement that everyone is here, that will say Sakurai's insane effort to bring every playable fighter from Super Smash Bros. Soon to be 20-year-long history, and well, Ridley. We thought it wouldn't happen, but here we are.
The Splatoon 2 Octo expansion and Agent 8's quest was definitely a highlight this month, along with Mario Tennis Aces, that was going to bring the Mario Tennis franchise back to former heights. Well, it did to some extent, introducing a decent single-player campaign and way more playable characters and courts compared to Mario Tennis Ultra Trash. But anything less would have been unacceptable. In other words, it was a safe pass, an overly average title that we gave a 74 out of 100. In July, Nintendo had nothing to offer. But luckily for them, the amazing Octopath Traveler from Square Enix was exclusive on the Switch. Between us, this game no doubt saved the month for the big N. Then August came, and once again, nothing from Nintendo. Oh wait, they placed all their effort into an amazing Super Smash Bros. Direct featuring Simon Belmont and King K. Rool, as well as newcomer fighters Richter Belmont, Chrom, and Dark Samus as Echo Fighters. Well, that and a wave of information regarding the second shattering number of stages, music tracks, and the tease of a single-player mode. Other than that, you also had 2 Nindies showcases in time prior and after Gamescom, but still no new Nintendo games or even ports. September was deja vu of July and August. Well, more of August, as once again, they filled the void of no new Nintendo game releases by hosting a Nintendo Direct, where they revealed some new games like Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing, and the title of Yoshi, Crafted World. All 3 games that we will not get to play until 2019. Oh, and that Nintendo Switch's paid online service? Ouch. It just got worse from there. Nintendo should have seriously planned the information campaign about this series better.
But who wants the Mario Party? They got rid of that horrible car, so everything is fine now? Both yes and no. Let us explain in our rapid review of the game that was meant to bring Mario Party back to its N64 and GameCube roots. But before we begin, is Super Mario Party as good as the N64 trilogy of games? No, mostly because the boards are too small and dull compared to the classics found in Mario Party, Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 3. Don't get us wrong, the title's gameplay is enjoyable as the 80+ brand new minigames take great use of the HD rumble in the Joy-Cons. Well-crafted motion control minigames is welcome, but for variety's sake, they also made some analog stick and button-based gameplay, which is really handy. If you invite a group of friends, or your family for that matter, you're bound to have lots of fun with these as they are all well thought out and definitely offer enough entertainment for a night or two. The classic board gameplay is fun, but not as well crafted compared to the ones found in the early Mario Party titles. Still, they're miles ahead of Mario Party 8, 9 and 10. Luckily, Super Mario Party is more than just a traditional board gameplay, as for the first time it is possible to play all of the minigames online against friends. This was a needed inclusion in the series, though we wish the online play would have been extended to the board gameplay as well and the brand new co-op mode, River Survival. In some ways, this is a different version of the dreaded car, only where you have control in what direction to go. Cooperation with your teammate is key to select the correct paths, succeed in minigames and have enough time to reach the finish line. Partner Party and Soundstage are also good modes, though we know rhythm-based minigames in the latter one may not be for everyone's taste. The same goes with Toad's Rec Room, which is rather shallow and gets old really quickly. You also have the rage-inducing Challenge Road, which is a sadistic so you think you can Mario Party mode. So what do we really think of Super Mario Party in brief terms? The game has a wide variety of modes. The only problem is that most of these are shallow. It is definitely a step in the right direction from the downright awful gameplay in Mario Party 9 and 10, but it seems that we will need a sequel in order to fully restore the franchise to its golden days. With that said, our final score for Super Mario Party is a good 75 out of 100 points. Overall, it's a good game, but just like with most of the new Nintendo titles this year, prior to Pokemon and Smash, it's not great. It is ironic when third-party titles like Mega Man 11, Octopath Traveler and as of today Starlink Battle for Atlas Star Fox Edition, plus the many great indie games have to save Nintendo time and time again throughout the first 10 months of this year. And that's the problem with 2018. It hasn't been that great as the new Nintendo titles before Pokemon and Smash have failed to reach the same level of quality compared to the competition, or even what we're used to at this point from Nintendo.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you are new, subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when we upload another video regarding the Nintendo Switch and other Nintendo franchises. We'd also like to thank our patrons, including royal producer Kenyatta Ali, for all of their contributions to the realm. Be sure to visit patreon.com/commonrealm if you would like to join the ranks in exchange for some awesome perks. That's all for now, girls and guys, so we will see you in the next one.